Welcome everyone. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us to learn more about the health savings account that the state of Ohio will offer employees who elect the new high deductible health plan on July 1st. My name is Sherry and I represent Optum Bank. We're going to spend our time today reviewing how a health savings account, or HSA, can help you pay for your qualified medical expenses now and in the future while saving on taxes. Let's begin by introducing you to Optum Bank. We are not a brick and mortar bank. You can't walk into any of our locations off the street. We are an internet bank, and similar to your personal bank, cash deposits are insured by the FDIC up to $250,000. We differ from other banks in that we focus exclusively on healthcare banking. In addition to being a bank, Optum is also a technology company. We surround your account with multiple layers of cyber fraud protection. We are owned by United Health Group and have more than 145,000 people employed at Optum. With us, you'll have multiple ways of accessing your account, including live phone support, on-demand access at OptumBank.com or through our Optum Bank app. You'll even have access to mobile wallets and home devices such as Alexa and Google Home if you own those types of devices. So what exactly is a health savings account? An HSA is a special type of bank account designed to help you save and pay for qualified medical expenses. Qualified medical expenses are things that are covered under your medical, dental, vision, and prescription drug plans. In simple terms, an HSA is like an IRA for your health. But with an HSA, you don't have to wait for retirement to spend the money. You can use it this year, next year, or years from now. An HSA requires that you are covered by a high deductible health plan. Once you are, if you meet the eligibility requirements to open an account, you can deposit money into it income tax free. You won't pay federal or state income taxes on HSA contributions, and any money you take out of your account to pay for qualified medical expenses is income tax free too. You can use your HSA to pay for qualified healthcare expenses for you and your family now or in the future. Since this is a highly tax-advantaged account, the IRS determines the annual amount you can contribute each year, income tax-free. They also determine who is eligible, and we'll walk through this in more detail shortly. The HSA can be funded by both you and your employer. As noted on the slide, the state will provide 50% of the deductible amount split into deposits. The funds in the HSA belong to you, and that's true whether you have contributed the money or the state did. You own the account from the day you open it. Another nice feature of this account, there's no use it or lose it like there is with flexible spending accounts or FSAs. This account is with you as long as you want it to be, even if you change jobs, lose your jobs, or choose a different health plan in the future. Additionally, your account can grow with tax-free interest earnings. When your account balance reaches $2,000, you're also eligible to begin investing in $100 increments over that amount. Please be aware, though, that while the cash deposits are insured by the FDIC up to $250,000, investments are not FDIC insured, are not guaranteed by Optum Bank, and may lose value. With an HSA, you're in charge, and being in charge comes with some responsibility. There's no claim process like there is for HRAs and FSAs. You pay for qualified expenses directly from your account and are responsible for verifying the expense if the IRS requests it. What does this mean? You should save your receipts for reimbursements. In the event you are ever audited, the IRS will want proof of how you utilized your account. You're also responsible for administering how your funds are used. You'll decide how much to contribute. You'll decide when you want to use your savings to pay for a qualified medical expense or to save your contributions so that it is available for you to use in the future. You'll decide whether or not to invest your savings in mutual funds to potentially increase your funds for long-term growth. You'll also need to understand the tax advantages of an HSA. As I mentioned earlier, all contributions are tax deductible. You don't pay federal or state income taxes on HSA contributions. This also allows you to reduce your taxable income. Your savings grow tax-free and any interest earnings are not taxed. Also, withdrawals from an HSA are not subject to income tax as long as the funds are used for qualified medical expenses according to IRS guidelines. Again, those are things that are typically covered under your medical, dental, vision, and prescription drug plans. Now remember I said you decide what to spend your money on. If you use your HSA to pay for non-qualified expenses, you will be taxed and assessed a penalty. We have some examples of non-qualified expenses listed on your screen: cosmetic procedures, over-the-counter items, teeth whitening. It could be things such as cell phones or even vacations. Should you use your account for non-qualified expenses, your distribution amount will be taxable as income and subject to a 20% tax penalty. Now, the beauty of this account is at age 65, that tax penalty goes away, and you are no longer subject to the 20% penalty for non-qualified medical expenses. This is why people try and grow their funds for retirement, because it's a nice account that can help subsidize your retirement later in life. Now, we also have some tools available on our website to help you manage the HSA. If you're wondering what is covered under an HSA, you can access our QME tool, which stands for Qualified Medical Expense Tool, and that will give you an idea of whether or not an expense may be covered as a qualified medical expense and not subject to tax. We also have some great 2-minute videos that explain how to utilize an HSA. You can access those videos through our corporate website or through the microsite that is available for the state of Ohio. Next, we'll talk about how much you can contribute and who's eligible to open an HSA. As I mentioned earlier, the IRS determines the maximum amount you can contribute to an HSA every year. In 2019, you can contribute up to $3,500 for individual coverage and $7,000 for family coverage. Those amounts include any contribution provided to you by the state. The IRS also allows individuals aged 55 years or older to make additional catch-up contributions to help build balances to be used to pay for healthcare costs during retirement. So if you are age 55 or older, you can fund an additional $1,000 a year as a catch-up contribution. You can learn more about contribution limits and making catch-up contributions by going to optumbank.com or irs.gov. So next we're going to tackle who's eligible to open and fund an HSA. To be eligible for an HSA, you must be covered under a high deductible health plan that meets the IRS guidelines for the annual deductible and out-of-pocket limit. And the state of Ohio's high deductible health plans meet these qualifications. You can't be covered by any other medical coverage except what is permitted by the IRS. So if you are someone whose spouse is also employed and is covered under their plan as well in a coordination of benefits situation, that spousal plan must be a high deductible health plan in order for you to open and fund the HSA. You can still be covered by the state's high deductible health plan. You simply wouldn't be eligible to open and fund the HSA. You can't be enrolled in Medicare, TRICARE, or TRICARE for life. If you are someone who has served and you're receiving care through the VA benefits, if that care was something other than preventative care, you would not be eligible to open and fund the HSA account. However, if you have a disability rating from the VA, that rule would not apply to you and you would be eligible to open and fund the account. You can't be claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return, and you can't be covered by a general purpose flexible spending account or health reimbursement account. So next we're going to walk through a savings example of how much you can save with an HSA. In our hypothetical example here, we're going to assume that you're going to deposit $3,000 into the HSA through payroll deduction. Because we're contributing through payroll deduction, we save the most on taxes. By depositing money through our paycheck, we're reducing our amount of taxable income. Had we taken that full $3,000 on our paycheck, it's not really $3,000, is it? It's really $1,995 once federal and state taxes are deducted. Now, we're also going to assume that you withdraw $2,000 from your HSA to pay for qualified medical expenses for you and your family. Because those withdrawals are for qualified medical expenses, you won't be taxed on the $2,000 that you withdraw. That money will be withdrawn tax-free. As you're depositing money into your account, you're earning interest. Any interest you earn on your account is also tax-free, whether it's interest earned on your cash savings account or whether you are investing and you have earnings on your investments. So next we're going to look and see how you did. You deposited $3,000 into your account tax-free. You withdrew $2,000 to pay for qualified medical expenses tax-free. And you have $1,000 plus interest remaining in your account. That money is yours and rolls over into the future year to be used for qualifying medical expenses. With this account, there is no use it or lose it, so that your money is always your money. So next we're going to talk about how you go about paying for expenses with a health savings account. We're going to provide you with an Optum Bank Debit MasterCard, and you can use that card to pay for qualifying medical expenses at your provider's office. You can swipe that card at the doctor's office, pharmacy, or at the hospital. If the doctor sends you a bill in the mail, you could write your card number on that bill, write in your payment amount, and send that back to your physician's office for payment. You can utilize our online bill pay features, which work very similar to electronic banking at your personal bank. You can use our Optum Bank mobile app to pay a provider or yourself, or you can use Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, or Google Pay as well. If you are someone who wants checks, you can call our customer service center and request that a small supply of checks be sent to you, and we will send you a supply of checks. Now, another option you have is to utilize the ATM to get reimbursements for your qualified medical expenses. However, I mentioned the ATM last on purpose. The ATM is the least place I recommend for reimbursing yourself through your HSA. Why? Because there are fees attached to the ATM. There's a $2.50 withdrawal fee that will apply to the ATM, plus you may also be charged a fee from the ATM owner as well. I always say your money is your money, and why pay fees to access your funds when all the other methods are free? Okay, so next we're going to talk about how you go about getting started with the HSA. And to enroll in the HSA, you're going to select that through open enrollment and complete the electronic enrollment provided by the state. Once your account is open, you'll receive a welcome kit and your Optum Bank Debit MasterCard in the mail. If for some reason we can't open your account, you'll receive a letter from us telling you what we need you to send in to complete the information. It's very important that we do hear from you if you receive a letter requesting information, because we can't open the account until we hear from you, and the state can also not fund your account until it is open. Once your account is open, be sure to activate your debit card and register your account online at optumbank.com. Lastly, consider downloading the Optum Bank app to make managing your HSA easy and convenient. These next tips will help you make the most out of your HSA. Enroll in the plan to receive the employer contribution and decide how much you will contribute from your paycheck. Remember, your contribution is pre-tax, reducing your taxable income. As a reminder, the state will provide the employer contribution in 2 deposits. 50% of the employer contribution will be provided in July, and the remaining 50% will be provided in January. With an HSA, we recommend that you set a goal to reach your health plan deductible. Once there, your next goal for savings should be the investment minimum if you're interested in investing, or perhaps to your out-of-pocket maximum. And if it takes a while to reach your goals, that's okay. Remember, this account is intended to pay for qualified medical expenses now and in the future. Maximize the tax savings that come with an HSA. Know the contribution limits and take advantage of contributing the most that you can. Also stick to utilizing this account for qualified medical expenses only. And the final step when owning an HSA is to grow your savings. Make regular deposits and remember to set a goal each year. Not only will your deposits grow, but your tax savings will too. Consider investing if that's of interest to you and you are comfortable with the risk. Again, as a reminder, once your account is open, we'd like you to register your account at optumbank.com. We have a wealth of resources on our website to assist you with managing your account. These include our 24/7 robo-chat feature that can answer HSA educational questions, our qualified medical expense search tool. We have educational resources such as videos and webinars that are available. We have HSA calculators, our health savings checkup tool, and our tax center and more. In addition to our website, you can also download our app and utilize our app to manage your account wherever you may be. In addition to our app, we also have skills enabled on the Alexa and Google Home devices. So if you have those devices in your home, you can enable the Optum Bank skills and ask questions such as, "Hey Alexa, are bandages a qualified medical expense?" Or, "What are the HSA contribution limits?" So now as we wrap up, just a final reminder that you're going to enroll for the HSA through the state of Ohio, through the State of Ohio self-service at myohio.gov benefits site. Where can you go if you have questions regarding your HSA? You can call the toll-free customer service number that will be listed on the back of your Optum Bank debit card, or you can visit optumbank.com. Thank you for your time.